The blue oval is making bold moves, with the next year's lineup getting novelties that have the potential to reshape the market completely. Redesigns, resurrections, and completely reimagined muscle cars, we are about to witness something we haven't seen in decades from this American automaker. The Ford CEO releases 3 new models for 2026 and turns Ford critics into cheerleaders. Let's take a look. Number 3. Ford Mustang Raptor. This infatuation with turning everything into an off-roader has gone completely off the trails, and Ford is leading the charge. Porsche turned the iconic 911 into the dirt-spewing Dakar. Lamborghini got down and dirty with the 602-horsepower Huracan Sterrato. Even Toyota's Sienna Woodland Edition found a new way to make family adventures more exciting. Now Ford is adding to this craze in the most unexpected way possible. Deep within Ford's Dearborn headquarters, there's a clear mindset to raptorize everything, and their latest target is the most shocking one yet, the legendary Mustang. Going full desert racer with the F-150 was the godfather of this concept. The Bronco Raptor that followed was a logical next step. The Ranger Raptor makes perfect sense, and even giving the treatment to the Explorer and Expedition doesn't seem far-fetched. But turning the Mustang into a trail-prepped coupe, that seems like a massive stretch, or is it exactly what performance enthusiasts have been waiting for? We should have seen this coming years ago when splined front hubs appeared on the 6th generation Mustang. Most enthusiasts anticipated all-wheel drive would arrive for blistering acceleration, not to turn backwoods trails into rally circuits, but that's exactly what Ford is planning with the upcoming Mustang Raptor. Though just about any of Ford's engines will fit into the Mustang's engine bay, the Raptor version is bringing what Bronco enthusiasts have been desperately wanting, a nearly 500 horsepower 5-liter V8. Unfortunately for purists, there's no manual transmission option here, and don't expect a 2-speed transfer case either. To make the most of the limited space in the drive tunnel, a 10-speed automatic will route torque to all 4 wheels through an electronically controlled center differential. Of course, a Mustang Raptor R with a 700-plus horsepower supercharged 5.2-liter V8 will arrive sometime later, because why wouldn't Ford push the boundaries even further? Keeping true to the Raptor heritage, Fox Live valve dampers will cushion the landings when it's time to get airborne. Bespoke suspension components and elongated springs will provide a 2-inch lift, while an abundant number of underbody bash plates will protect the Mustang's vital organs from trail damage. All-terrain tires will tuck into cladding-protected fenders, completing the transformation from street machine to desert runner. As the 7th generation Mustang reaches dealerships and inevitable street-oriented performance models follow, the Raptor variant is scheduled to arrive in the next year. Like all Raptors, it won't come cheap, but it'll cost significantly less than a lifted Lamborghini. The limited run of off-road Mustangs is about to start around $90,000, with the supercharged Raptor R pushing toward $110,000. This represents Ford's boldest move yet in the performance segment, taking their most iconic sports car and reimagining it as a trail-conquering machine that can handle both highway pulls and desert jumps with equal capability. Number 2. Next generation Ford Explorer. While Ford is busy turning muscle cars into off-roaders, they're also completely reimagining one of America's most successful SUV nameplates. The Ford Explorer has been dominating driveways since 1990, evolving from a compact SUV to a mid-size powerhouse that became the vehicle of choice for countless civilians and law enforcement entities alike. The first-generation Explorer was unveiled in early 1990 as a direct successor to the Bronco 2 compact SUV, and unlike its predecessor, it came with a 5-door body style to compete against vehicles like the Jeep Cherokee. The rest, as they say, is history. The Explorer ended up making automotive history thanks to its tremendous sales success. The current Explorer has been with us for long enough, and Ford isn't waiting for the typical 8-year cycle. Recent reports confirm that the all-new 7th generation Explorer will debut in the next year, arriving much sooner than expected and bringing revolutionary updates that will shock the SUV segment. In terms of styling, Ford is taking inspiration from their most unexpected source, the bonkers 2,000 horsepower Ford Pro Electric Supervan. The new Explorer will feature headlights that mimic the Supervan's aggressive design, along with a horizontal light strip that dominates the front fascia. This represents a complete departure from the current generation's conservative approach. The design philosophy balances stylish appeal with utilitarian capability, a best-of-both-worlds approach that works equally well for internal combustion engines and electric powertrains. Ford isn't abandoning traditional powertrains just yet, but the new Explorer will almost certainly feature some form of hybrid technology as standard equipment. What makes this redesign particularly significant is how Ford is positioning the Explorer for both civilian and law enforcement markets. The new design includes traditional door handles rather than gimmicky electronic mechanisms because police departments aren't interested in complicated entry systems during emergency situations. This practical approach extends throughout the vehicle's development. The proportions remain similar to the current model. Ford isn't interested in been moving away from a segment they've dominated for over 3 decades. However, the new Explorer will feature a more commanding presence with updated materials and technologies that bring it firmly into the modern era. Looking at the past 3 generations, the 4th generation Explorer lasted approximately 5 years, while the 5th generation endured for 8 years, some serious longevity that you don't typically see in this competitive segment. The timing for this new generation makes perfect sense as Ford prepares for the next phase of SUV evolution. This represents Ford's commitment to maintaining their SUV leadership while adapting to changing market demands, proving that evolution doesn't always require revolution. Number 1. Ford Ranchero. Here's where Ford is making their most surprising move of all, bringing back a nameplate that hasn't been seen in American showrooms for decades. Driven by the massive success of the Maverick, Ford is expanding their pickup lineup with something even more affordable and compact, and to ensure maximum market impact, they're reviving the legendary Ranchero name. Older generations remember this nameplate very well because when coupe utilities ruled the roads, the Ranchero was leading the charge. A mixture of muscle car performance and pickup utility, the original Rancheros featured monstrous V8 engines and became some of the most exciting vehicles to drive during their heyday. But market preferences shifted away from these not particularly practical vehicles, and Ranchero disappeared from Ford's lineup decades ago. Now it's time for a strategic return, though definitely not in the same form. This won't bring back the coupe utility body style. Even Australians have moved on from that concept. Instead, the new Ranchero will feature typical pickup proportions, just in an even smaller package compared to the Maverick. With compact dimensions, the Ranchero will have the potential to spread globally and serve various customer needs worldwide, and one of its key selling points will be the price tag. The new Ranchero won't be some high-performance utility powered by 8 cylinders. Instead, it will be affordable, simple, and straightforward. The platform choice gives us clear insight into Ford's strategy. The Ranchero will ride on the C2 architecture, the same flexible foundation that accommodates both combustion engines and battery electric setups. This means many components will be shared with the Maverick, but also with other compact vehicles based on this platform, including models like the Focus. This parts-sharing strategy makes perfect sense for an affordable pickup that needs to hit aggressive price targets. A 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine seems like the most logical choice for base models, while some markets might even receive the smaller 1-liter 3-cylinder unit. For customers wanting more capability, a more expensive version will feature the same or slightly detuned version of the Maverick's hybrid system, based on a 2.5-liter engine producing 191 horsepower with excellent fuel economy. The styling approach will borrow elements from the Maverick while incorporating design cues from other Ford models, along with exclusive details specific to the compact pickup. Inside, simplicity will be Ford's guiding principle, with heavy use of cost-effective materials and features designed to drastically reduce production costs. This inevitably leads to the most exciting aspect of the Ranchero project. This strategy leads directly to the pricing advantage that will make the Ranchero impossible to ignore. While specific figures remain undisclosed, industry insiders suggest the new Ranchero could be priced in the low 20s, significantly undercutting the Maverick's near $30,000 starting price. If Ford manages to achieve this pricing target, they'll essentially democratize truck ownership. The Ford Ranchero is scheduled to hit the market sometime next year, representing Ford's most aggressive move yet in the compact pickup segment. This isn't just about offering another truck option. It's about creating an entirely new entry point for customers who previously couldn't afford to join the truck ownership club. But Ford isn't the only carmaker making bold moves for the next year. Check out this video about Hyundai's CEO introducing 5 new models for the next year, which you can now see on the screen. The Korean automaker is setting new standards while filling remaining gaps in today's highly competitive market.